Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Biolab, and this is Vamsi here at Biolab, and in today's video we will be discussing the menstrual cycle without any doubts. Okay, if you have any doubts, please post it in the comment section below. I will be available there. And yes, I hope today there will be no problem with the video and no buffering and no lag. So yes, I hope there won't be any issue regarding the video today, since everything is fine and there is no lag also, even in the preview that I am watching here. So we will be basically starting about the menstrual cycle. Actually, menstrual cycle has got two names. One, it is the menstrual cycle. The second one is, as you can see, it is termed as oestrus cycle. Oestrus cycle, it is termed as oestrus cycle, and non-primates like cow, buffalo. Okay, the non-primate organisms. So the non-primates include, other than monkeys and humans, the rest of the things like dog. These are non-primate organisms, and in these organisms, this cycle, which is called known as the menstrual cycle in humans, is called as your oestrus cycle. You have to remember this word. It is given in your NCERT first page of menstrual cycle only. Underline it, put a star mark there. Now coming into the original menstrual cycle, actually menstrual cycle okay, no need to erase, right? I can move down. It's fine. Now we'll be starting the menstrual cycle. Actually, see guys, menstrual cycle happens when the egg is not fertilized. Actually, in menstrual cycle we will be covering the important topics which we have already done in the previous thing. Without seeing the previous video, that is your oogenesis video, you cannot continue to this video. There would be a connecting link between that video and this video, so please watch the before video, that is oogenesis part 3 or 4. I hope watch it and come here, then it will be crystal clear to you. Okay, starting with the menstrual cycle. Actually, menstrual cycle happens in three phases. The first phase is menstrual phase. The second phase is follicular phase or proliferation phase. I'll be talking about it a bit later. Why we call it as proliferation phase, follicular phase, and luteal phase. With these three words, you can understand their meaning. Okay, you can understand their meaning. Now, menstrual cycle. Many of you have a confusion. What is menses? I hope menses. This menses is irritating you a lot, I hope, because in the NCERT they haven't written about this menses in the running matter, but they have given this menses word in the diagram, and this irritates us a lot. So without any confusion, let me tell you that menses is the liquidy fluid, the fluid which includes the blood and the endometrium coming out of the uterus is known as menses. Actually, menses starts in the first day of ovulation. But how does this menses occur? We study the menstrual cycle. How does this menses occur? We study the menstrual cycle. Menses occurs in the first 3 days of menstrual cycle, most probably. But how this occurs? How the endometrium gets ruptured? If the ruptured endometrium is there, how it is reformed, where it is reformed, when it is reformed, how in which phase it is reformed. So these all questions would be answered in this episode of menstrual cycle. So actually, before moving into the menstrual cycle, we have to understand here two words. One is menarche I hope you are clear with these. Menopause, menarche, and menopause. Yeah, these mosquitoes are really biting me a lot. There is no fan also. Okay, menarche and menopause. If you give me a minute, I'll be switching on the fan and then coming here. Just give me a minute, guys. I have to stick tape to the green screen again. It will fly. So yes, now the fan is there. I can tell you without any. Now see, we are at menarche and menopause. Menarche and menopause. Menopause, you already know what is menopause. See, pause means anything to put comma, not full stop. Comma. Pause generally while you are playing a game. But here, when it comes to menstrual cycle, pause means to put full stop. Pause means to put full stop, and it, in the literal meaning, you can say it as stop. Pause means stop. Menopause means menstrual cycle stops at that place. When menopause occurs, no menstrual cycle is taking place when menopause is occurring. Menopause generally in females, this menopause occurs during the age of 45 to 50 years. 45 to 50 years. In the previous video, I have already told you that the you know oogonia, they are just added before the birth only. After the birth, there is no oogonia added. Yes, right? There is no oogonia added. When the girl child is getting coming near the puberty, during the time of puberty, there are only 60 to 80,000 of oogonia which can produce ovum, and these all get wasted until the egg gets fertilized, and these oogonia gradually die off, and at the age of 45 to 50 there will be no oogonia left, for suppose. Now menstrual cycle can also be stopped for some time due to pregnancy. If there is no menstrual cycle occurring, there can be two signs. One, it can be rather of menopause or pregnancy. Menopause generally occurs during 45 to 50 years. If the menstrual cycle stopped in between after the coitus, then you can confirm it as pregnancy sometimes. Okay, now let's not go into that deep. Now let us see about menarche. Menarche is just opposite. It is the start of menstrual cycle. It is the start of menstrual cycle, and this menarche starts at puberty or teenage. You can also say puberty. Okay, clear? Menarche is the start. Yeah, here. Menarche is the start. Menopause is the stop. This generally occurs in the 45 to 50 years. When the woman has 45 to 50 years, menopause occurs and menstrual cycle stops there. Now coming into the phases of menstrual cycle, generally I have already told you that here. Here we have the first phase, that is called as menstrual phase. When does this menstrual phase occur? And before going into that, we have to see a word called as menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle. This menstrual cycle, it is nothing but it is a repetition of phases. Actually, we have three phases, right? These three phases repeat once in every 28 days, 28 to 29 days. Okay, put it 28 in a round figure. 28 days. Okay, generally once in every 28 days these repeat, and in these 28 days the midday would be your ovulation day, that is most probably 14th day. 14th day is your ovulation day, where the ova is released. where the ova is released. We'll be getting into it in detail. Yes, and 28 days, it occurs for 28 days. It is a time period between when the menses comes until the corpus luteum is formed. Until the corpus luteum is formed. Okay, that is your menstrual cycle. This happens generally for 28 days in human females. Now, generally 14th day, on 14th day ovulation takes place, egg is released. Yes, the page background and the changing which apply to all the pages. No, the background is changed. 28 days. Starting with the menstrual phase. What happens during menstrual phase? Here you have to remember three different events, two to three different events. The first event is the release of menses. Menses. If the spelling is wrong of menses, please avoid it. See in your textbook. Menses, the first event which occurs. The second event that occurs is endometrium gets ruptured. Endometrium is ruptured. Why endometrium gets ruptured? See, generally endometrium, it prepares itself in order to receive the incoming fertilized ovum for implantation. Generally, let us talk an analogy here between a mother who is protecting us day to day. She generally, what she does? She wakes up at 4 o'clock if you have to go to college at 7 o'clock. She wakes up at 4 o'clock for you. She prepares herself in order to prepare food for you. She prepares herself mentally. She has to prepare food for you. And for me also, my mother does it. So every mother started protecting her baby right from when the baby is in her womb. Even though the fertilized egg or ovum comes in the to the uterus for implantation, the mother thinks that the fertilized egg should not get any damage, so that she prepares an endometrium. This all happens due to the hormonal activity. Now, she prepares her endometrium, making it more vascular to provide more blood supply to the growing fetus, more thick, more softy, in order to facilitate implantation and formation of placenta. Now this all thing is getting wasted. Why? Fertilized egg is not received here. Fertilization did not take place in the part of ampulla. There was no sperm entering. So that is why this is all getting wasted. And that is why endometrium is ruptured. And when you see, and that is why in menses you get blood. Highly vascular endometrium is getting ruptured. Blood is leaking out. And this leakage of blood and the fluid is called as menses. This fluid is called as menses, and it occurs during a menstrual phase. This menstrual phase generally happens from 1 to 3 days, from first day to third day. Okay, so this is how our mother comes, protecting us when we are still not even a zygote is formed. She takes care of every movement. So like that analogy comes from the growing fetus stage. So see how from that stage till we die, if mother is alive, if till she dies, she protects us. She makes food for the family, not only you and me, for whole family. She works if your mother is a workaholic. She works, she goes to job, even though she is an housewife, or she does all the household works, like okay, you come from college, come from probably school or college, you ask mama, what do you have prepared for me today? I'm very hungry. Now mama says, okay, I'm not feeling very well, I haven't prepared anything for you. Now what's your reaction on it? I say, I say, what mama, always you don't prepare for me anything. I talk very harsh. This is open word. I talk very harsh. But after that, I feel, and she feels, and she gets up and makes work. She makes food for me in order to feed me, even though she is ill. She is ill. So that is the importance of mother. That is the importance of mother. We humans do not know the importance of anything until we kill it. We do not know the importance of time until we appear the NEET exam. The time when we are writing the 3 hours of NEET exam, when we are writing, then we think of the time which we have left there. Then we think of the time which we have left there. So my dear friends, let's not waste time. Let's not waste time. Let's get motivated. Let's study from the new year itself. New beginnings, new inspirations, new resolutions. Let's start a new world. And this 4 months which is in your hands. If you are a state board student, you can learn from the academic textbooks also something which is available, which is limited, very limited for NEET syllabus. Academic textbook contain very much large examples which are just out of which just 30% are required for NEET. So please read those and try to practice some questions after reading it. The MCQ questions that might help you, that might help me also, which I'm doing when my IBE starts. So let's get motivated and let's stop the motivation speech there. Let's come on. See, this is your menstrual phase. Got it? This is your menstrual phase, where the endometrium gets ruptured, and the menses. This menses is just a shut off. It starts at day 1 and lasts up. So okay, make this lasts up to 3 to 5 days. Lasts up to 3 to 5 days. Okay, got it. Now coming to the next stage. This is your menstrual phase. Now see, once again I'm explaining you. Menses is the shed off of the blood on endometrium, and endometrium gets ruptured here. The part which is regenerated in the uterus is your endometrium. It gets ruptured here due to the action of hormones, and it generally starts in a day 1 and lasts for up to 3 to 5 days. Okay, this is your menstrual phase. Now coming into second phase, that is your follicular phase. Now why did I tell you here proliferation phase? Why did I tell you here it is also called as proliferation phase? Why? Because here the endometrium gets again reformed. Endometrium is okay. This happens a lot of times since there is autocorrection. Endometrium reformed. Endometrium is reformed. Very important. Endometrium is reformed during which phase of menstrual cycle? Then your answer should be follicular phase. Why I am calling it as follicular phase? Okay, sir, you have told us. Okay, brother, you have told us that it is called as proliferation phase due to endometrium is regained by proliferating. Now, why it is called as follicular phase? What is the link between the follicular phase and endometrium? My dear friends, here the follicular phase weight is due to the primary follicle getting converted into, or you can also say primary oocyte. It undergoes all the changes and finally it travels and forms Graafian follicle. And then, since these Graafian follicles, since this huge stage is taking place, huge follicular formation is taking place, this is called as follicular phase. This is called as follicular phase. This primary follicle or primary oocyte generally turns into primary follicle, and this primary follicle it goes up to Graafian follicle stage, and that is why this is called as follicular stage and proliferating phase due to the proliferating uterus endometrium. Okay, okay. And now, once the endometrium has been regained, and now this uterus, now again it starts for the next pregnancy. If the pregnancy is done, there is no menstrual cycle. So once this proliferating is done, the uterus is again ready for pregnancy. Once again it sees whether the egg comes or no. Otherwise, this, if the egg is fertilized, if the fertilized egg is received, this stops menstrual cycle here and it continues to pregnancy. If not a fertilized egg is there, this continues the next stage, that is luteal phase. Okay, why I am calling this as luteal phase? Now here generally ovulation occurs. Ovulation, this occurs in the on the 14th day. If you take 28 days as a count. Now tell me, if remember this, it is a mid of this. You now tell me, if the menstrual cycle has lasted for 32 days, then when does ovulation might take place? Most probably 32 divided by 2, how much katega? 1 6 16. 16 1 6. On the 16th day there was most probably ovulation taking place. There will be ovulation taking place on the 16th day. It is variable. Please do not remember 14th, and if they ask you 32 days of menstrual cycle, please do not put 14th. It is generally the mid of the 28 days time period. 28 to 29 days, most probably we will be taking 28 or 29. We will be taking 28. Let us consider 28. Got it? Got it? That is about your ovulation. Now, after ovulation, what happens is, after ovulation, corpus luteum is formed. Yes, the Graafian follicle gets ruptured, corpus luteum is formed. If the egg is not, after ovulation, egg is not fertilized, corpus luteum is formed. And this corpus luteum, if fertilization occurs, the pregnancy starts here. Okay, if does not occur, it represents the onset of another cycle. Actually, the third phase is your luteal phase. Luteal phase. After this, I have to tell you hormones. It takes for 5 minutes extra. Okay, what's the recording time? Yes, it is 28 minutes. I'll be stopping the video. Now come on. What is luteal phase? Luteal phase, corpus luteum phase is fate actually. Corpus luteum fate is decided. Fate of it is decided post ovulation. If the egg is fertilized, if the ovulated egg is fertilized, it is okay. It continues pregnancy. If not, it again, this endometrium gets ruptured, the egg comes out, and again menses starts, and this whole term is called as your menstrual cycle, and in non-premates it is called as ostrus cycle. Got it? Crystal clear? If you have any doubt, please post it in the comment section. I'll be asking you every time. No one will post doubts. I don't know why. If there are no doubts, it is well and good. I hope I'm thinking that you have understood. that well my lectures. If not, you would not probably watching it. Okay, the watch time is too bad. The watch time is too bad. If you do like this, you will not be doing it. Actually, I'm telling you the recap tricks which I have remembered, which I am remembering. I am also writing 2023 NEET 2023. I'm also an aspirant of NEET. But the thing is, students have some tricks and taps in order to remember those. My friends tell me some, and I also provide you some of my tricks which you get benefited. So if you watch it, you will be getting benefited. If not, okay, you will be learning from a professional teacher at your college or school, and they are, they some of them won't tell you these tricks which we remember generally. We students form tricks in order to make our studying simple. So that is important. That is important. Smart work, including hard work. Hard work for practicing questions. Practice. Hard work for practice. Smart work for remembering these practiced questions. This is important for me. These two should be balanced very importantly. If one is there, smart work is there, only smart work, it will not benefit. Only smart work, I'll be remembering everything, I will not practice questions, that is not gonna work. If you say I am not gonna remember anything but I'll practice more and more questions, that is gonna work only till some extent. After that, it is not gonna work. No. 2 minutes we have. Let's discuss about the hormones first. Hormones. When does this hormone count increases? What are these hormones? I'll be telling you now. See, actually, during the menstrual phase, FSH a little keeps rising. From the menstrual phase, let us put here, we have two types of hormones: pituitary hormone, and your uh, this estrogen and progesterone. Those are called as ovarian hormones. Pituitary hormones are your LH, FSH, estrogen, progesterone, LH, FSH. FSH starts increasing from the menstrual phase. If you see the graph in your NCRT, there would be a peak like this for FSH, and then they become constant. And at the time of ovulation, the 14th day, there is a surge of LH, and due to this surge, ovulation occurs. Ovulation occurs due to the LH surge. This is very important. Now, FSH also rises a bit like this. This is your LH, this is your FSH. There is a bit rise, and this much rise in the LH causes the ovulation. That is called as LH surge. Okay, now this FSH also keeps increasing in the menstrual phase. Now there is no change in your ovarian hormone concentration. They remain as it is. But during the the 14th day, the ovulation day, estrogen starts increasing. Progesterone remains same. 14th day, LH surge on 14th day. I am writing here in general if we consider 28 days. Okay, now don't fix 14th day. Ovulation phase, you fix it. On the 14th day, estrogen increases. Actually, estrogen, you can see the peak of estrogen during two phases. One, it is on the 14th day. The second one is during your last days of your menstrual cycle. Actually, this progesterone is called as pregnancy hormone. It is released from the corpus luteum. Corpus luteum acts as an endocrine gland for some time. It produces progesterone. Okay, when this progesterone is produced, the secondary follicle, the luteal phase starts. It is the initiation for luteal phase. Okay, got it? No. Let me try to ask you question. LH surge occurs if the cycle is continued for 32 days. LH surge occurs on which day of the phase? You have to tell 16th day. you have to tell 16th day. When does FSH rise for the first time? When does FSH rise for the first time? Yes, during the first initial days, like first day to fifth day. First day LH, okay, remember first day. First day FSH rises due to the start of menses. Now, when does the second peak of FSH occur? During ovulation. When does LH surge occurs? During ovulation. When does ovarian hormone estrogen level rises? During ovulation. When does progesterone rises? During luteal phase. Initiation of luteal phase. Progesterone. That is it. So, yeah, let us try this. Picture in picture. Wait. Yes, I have to. So also, my video stopped. The heck? What the heck is this going on here? My video got stopped by a minute. There is a technical issue. Let's a minute. Give me a minute, guys. Yes, my video got stopped in the middle. Let's try this picture in picture. End of okay. End of menstrual cycle. Now in the next video, I will be taking most probably fertilization and implantation. Okay, fertilization and implantation. Next, pregnancy and the parturition. Okay, guys. Yes, if you like the video, please hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel. Bye, Lab India, and this is Vamsi signing off. If you are interested, please share this video. Yes, it would be a encouragement. I'm not insisting you to buy the premium membership also. Not insisting you. It is just 30 per month. If you want, you can buy. You will be receiving notes from my end and also some of the important questions also. The same thing will be available as perks on our app if you join the Target 360 batch, but that includes the fee of live classes. I'll be starting it soon. Since no one is attending, I'm not starting it. If you try to attend the live classes, I'll be starting in the Target 360 batch, which costs 250 rupees per month, and as a launching offer, it is only 100 rupees for the first month, that is January. After that, 250 continues. And this is Vamsi signing off, guys. If you like the video, please hit that like button and also subscribe to our channel, and let me know if you have any doubts in the comment section below. Thank you, guys. Have a great day further.